Credit to Ole Miss. They played a really good game, got a good team, played a great first half. They controlled the first half very well. Their offense did a great job of moving the football up and down the field. Had lots of opportunity. Our defense became opportunistic in 2 or 3 chances that stopped them down there when they didn't kick field goals and things and kept us in the game and gave us a chance. Offensively, first half, we had too many missed assignments, didn't play with enough poise. We didn't play enough poise on offense and defense either way the first half. We didn't play and execute the plays and make the tackles, and that's a disappointing thing coming up here. Put ourselves behind the 8 ball too fast, too quick to make the plays in which we needed to make and do that. But I thought then the second half offensively, after we drop a ball, miss 2 blocks, have a penalty, just self-inflicted wounds and things like that, miss a throw, and then come back second half, moved it really well. Needed to finish. Defense, we played well because we kept them off the field, and that was what we needed to do in the first half more of. But then once they got hot, they were moving it. Kicked a field goal the first drive down there, missed a 3rd and 4, had a chance, and then we hit a touchdown and made a great play there. The next drive down was disappointing. We got the ball at the 10-yard line, had a chance to take the lead, miss a block, get a 2nd and 12, then we drop a ball, and it goes 3rd down, and miss a throw and have a penalty, get the field goal 15-13, so we're there, and what we did. So then we had they drove again, punted, controlled them, got the ball back on the 8, they dropped the ball. Coming off on 2nd down, had a nice completion, it was a little bit high, but we had to throw our hands, and they got an interception right there, and then got the drive and got ahead. Then we tried to come back on the next one. Our 2 receivers, they got tangled together right there and tripped and broke it out, and then got the pick 6. But then we come back and scored again. If we hit the 2-point play, we still got a chance on the onside to come back. And the 2-point play was there. The guy just got up. We got to put a little more air on that ball and make it. But listen, we tried. We competed. We didn't give up in the game. We got back in the game, had chances to win the game. That's the thing. It was disappointing. Once we got back to that point, we had chances to win the game and do the things we needed to do, and didn't do it. And from that point on, they got that. They made the play at the end and did it. But it's disappointing because I thought I just didn't like the poise we played with early in the game, and on both sides of the ball. I mean, even though they didn't score some points in the first half, they had plenty of opportunities to. I mean, they were up and down the field, and we got to do a better job in that. And we got to tackle better in that situation. But offensively, we got to match and do those things. We're moving it good. We kept, get to midfield, just couldn't get it through there, and disappointing. But they're a good football team. But we still got 2 games left, so we got to battle up and go play.
Jimbo, why do you think y'all didn't play with the poise that you?
Just I think anxious sometimes. I mean, I think we played well on the road, and I don't know, just didn't act. I mean, I want to look at the film and see what it actually is, and I just didn't. I mean, we come off. I mean, it's just inches or inches off. It's a foot off. It's an inch off. It's a hair off on offense. Defensively, I don't know. I got to look at that film. I mean, they spread us out and got some running game going that surprised me a little bit, and then they threw it. We couldn't cover them there early. We couldn't cover them. They were hitting the throws and got us early.
Was Devon underutilized today?
No, him and Spiller both play to death. I mean, they're going to keep in that same rotation and do the things we got to do.
I know that you knew they were going to move at tempo, but I think it was like 58 plays in the first half. Were you expecting that kind of tempo?
Well, it's not. I hadn't the tempo. They got 58 plays because we didn't get the first downs on offense. Second half, how many did they have?
Less.
I mean, a lot less because we kept the ball on offense. And if we'd have kept the ball on offense, it would have helped that a lot. And if we'd have got off the field, though. But because the thing about it was we were backed up. We had them backed up. All their drives started. Second one on the 4, 8, 10, 12. They were backed up. They just executed and got balls out. We didn't cover and didn't get the tackles we needed to make. They outplayed us.
Jimbo, after the 4th down goal line stand, the safety on the very next play, Spiller got tackled. What happened?
We got beat on the block inside. A guy didn't get off the ball on time for some reason. Was a half snap count on late and got penetration. That's what I think. That's what I understand happened. He got off the ball late. And the guy beat him inside and made the play. It was a play we've been running for about 6 yards of play all the way earlier in that game. So,
What do you see on the 2 interceptions, Coach?
2 interceptions, dropped them, got to catch it. And the other one, 2 receivers tangled up, rolled up deep, got inside, got a flat, and he threw it too far inside. Once they tangled it, threw the timing of it off. Once their feet got tangled on the route, when they come off, they tripped and got stumbling, got going, and threw the timing of it off. And he's got to throw it way wide. Just try to be wide because that allowed the safety to get over the top. That's what I saw there. I'll look at the film and see.
Jimbo, do you think the drops that happened, do you think that affects Zach to some degree?
Oh, it affects anybody. It always affects a quarterback, but you can't let it affect you. Just like a missed run or a miss. I mean, we talk about a drop, but we had a couple missed runs inside. We missed a couple missed blocks. We were one block. There were 2 big runs. We're a half a man. If we get our hat to the outside shoulder, they're out the gate. But that's it's a game of inches. You fight for the inches. And They won the inches the second half. We won them for the most part the second half. I mean, they won the first half. We won them a lot the second half until the end where we just didn't finish and make the plays. That was a disappointing thing because we got ourselves, after all that, got ourselves back in a position you could still win the game. You know what I'm saying? And just didn't finish it the way we need to finish. So we need to grow from that and learn.
You mentioned the 6 yards on the play, on the safety play. Does the analytics tell you that it's okay to
I ain't no analytics. I ain't in analytics. We run good plays that are good play. I ain't an analytic guy. Analytics are that play had been making yards and we made it. What happened was we didn't get off the ball. I'm not trying to jump. I mean, analytics. It's just what we've been running well.
Touchdown run that Ole Miss got in their end, put them up 9. Looked like, was it a misalignment?
I can't tell. I have to wait and look at the film to see that. I can't see that. That's a hard one to see.
Ely, how good is Ely tonight?
Good player, and he had tackle. We didn't tackle well. He ran well, we didn't back well, and he's a good player. He's fast.
Jimbo, after the game was 15-13, did you consider going back to 8 chains to see who had the hot streak on the drive prior?
Yeah, we've trying to rotate him back, and we're going to give Spiller 1 minute. But listen, the guy's had 3,000 yards, man. Guy's our guy. 3,000 yards, one of the greatest backs in our school history, and he's playing well. And no reason we keep him in the same rotation. That's the way it was going. And that had nothing to do with the 15-13, because the first play was a batted ball, and the second play was a pick. Went through his hands, so they wouldn't have touched it anyway.
Looking back, would you like to run it one time down there before that sequence you just talked about?
No, I was a run. It was an RPO. First one was, then the second was second long. First one was an RPO, and they blitzed off the edge and had an extra guy in the box, and we RPO'd it and did it. So.
On the delay game call on the punt, would you want them to come and measure that? Is that what you were asking the refs on?
Yes, if it was on the line, it's a millimeter. I'd like to know. I'd like to see it. That's what I was just trying to ask. But it didn't matter. And then we could have held it. I was trying to talk to them, and then usually they do it, but that 5 yards didn't matter.
Building off what Travis asked you earlier, how did
It's disappointing we didn't. What's bad was 2nd and 3. We missed a run on 2nd and 3, and then we missed a block on 3rd and inches. That was disappointing because it's 3rd and inches. We didn't make it. That was disappointing.
building off what Travis asked you earlier, how did Coach Kiffin's hurry-up offense pose as a threat in tonight's game, and how tiring is something like that to defend?
Well, it is. If you don't, on offense, if you don't get your plays in, it becomes tiring. And they had a moment. It's a momentum thing. Just like the second half, when they didn't have momentum and we had it, they couldn't get it going. They struggled just like we did in the first half. It was basically they had 96 yards the first half. We had 80. We had 300 the second half. They had 370 the first half. It was the same. It was a flip of two halves. So those offenses are great. They are, and they get momentum going, but they're the same thing when they don't have momentum. Everything is in momentum. So first half, they played it great. Second half, we could have finished on offense and been better.
You came in half, you guys had given up 400, but your opposite of the scoreboard wasn't that bad. Defensively, it looked like you guys played pretty
Well, we red zone. They didn't kick field goal. They went for it on 4th down. We played great red zone defense. They faked the field goal. I think, was that first half or second half? Second half, they faked the field goal. I'm trying to remember that. And something else they did. First half, they could have scored and didn't score. Got a sack, got a strip fumble. Got the strip fumble. And down there, and as I say, you play tight zone defense and manage those situations and did it. But, they got us tired. The number of plays and them executing up and down the field.
All right, Coach, thanks.
Anybody else?
Please.
Thank you.